You wake up at 7 a.m., stretch your arms and open your eyes. You feel a subtle glowing sensation in your neck. You walk into the bathroom, look in the mirror, and see a digital display embedded right under your skin. It reads, 100 words remaining. You say, "Good morning," out loud to yourself. The counter instantly ticks down to 98. Overnight, human biology has undergone an irreversible shift. Every human on Earth now has a hard, inescapable daily limit of exactly 100 spoken words. At midnight, your counter resets back to 100, but if you hit 0 before midnight, your vocal cords physically lock up, leaving you completely mute until the next day. In our current reality, the average human speaks roughly 16,000 words every single day. We waste thousands of words on small talk, complaining about the weather, and arguing with strangers. We treat words like worthless sand. In this new world, words are solid gold. In this new world, the morning routine completely changes. Before saying a single word, you have to carefully calculate its value. Saying, "Good morning, how are you today?" costs you 6 precious words. That is 6% of your entire daily budget gone in 3 seconds. So families stop talking at breakfast. Parents give their children a quick nod instead of a speech. Couples use complex hand gestures just to ask for the coffee pot. By 9 a.m., people walk onto public transit in eerie, complete silence. By mid-morning, the economic shockwaves begin. Call centers, customer service lines, and radio stations go extinct within hours. Podcasters, news anchors, and motivational speakers lose their entire careers. How do you host a 2-hour podcast when you only have 100 words for the entire day? Meetings in corporate offices become brutally efficient. An entire 1-hour presentation is reduced to a single slide and a 2-word summary. Sales up or project delayed. No more endless corporate jargon, no useless filler, and no pointless debate. And then comes the dark reality, the emergency nightmare. Imagine you waste 90 of your words by noon, chatting casually with a coworker. At 4 p.m., you're driving home and witness a horrific car accident. You pull out your phone and call emergency services. The dispatcher answers, "911, what is your emergency?" You start giving the location. Highway 4, near the oak tree, 2 cars crashed, send an ambulance. Mid-sentence, your neck counter hits 0. Your vocal cords instantly freeze. The dispatcher only hears silence on the other end of the line. Because you wasted your words earlier on meaningless small talk, you cannot save a life. To adapt, humanity would create a new universal language. Sign language would become a mandatory subject in every school on the planet. Texting, messaging apps, and written whiteboards would become essential survival tools. Every person would carry a small digital writing tablet around their neck. Instead of speaking, you write your thoughts and show the screen. However, writing takes time, effort, and focus. You cannot write while driving, running, or working with your hands. Spoken words remain the fastest, most urgent form of human connection. Entire global industries would be turned upside down. The music industry would completely shift. Singing consumes spoken words at an extreme rate. Singers who perform a 3-minute song would exhaust their entire daily word limit in a single verse. Vocal music would become a rare, expensive luxury. Instrumental music, classical symphonies, and electronic beats would explode in popularity. Legal courts and trials would undergo a bizarre transformation. Lawyers, who usually speak for hours, would be restricted to 100 words per day. Trial arguments would become hyper-focused, poetic, and incredibly punchy. Judges would weigh every single word spoken in court like precious diamonds. Society would inevitably split into 2 distinct social classes, the word poor and the word rich. Manual laborers, drivers, and service workers would burn their 100 words just trying to coordinate their jobs. They would spend their evenings in total forced silence, unable to talk to their families. Meanwhile, the wealthy elite would buy synthetic word vouchers or biotech upgrades. Rich politicians and CEOs would speak for hours while ordinary citizens remained silent. Silence would become the mark of the working class, while speech becomes the ultimate flex of power. Dating and romance would become deeply meaningful and terrifying. In our world, people say "I love you" casually over text messages. In a 100-word world, saying "I love you" costs 3 words out of your precious daily budget. If someone saves their final 3 words of the day just to tell you they love you, it means more than any expensive gift ever could. It means they chose you over every other thought, idea, or emergency that day. Insults and arguments would almost entirely disappear from human culture. Nobody is going to waste 10 words cursing at a driver who cut them off in traffic. It simply isn't worth the biological cost. Road rage would vanish, internet arguments would die, and petty fights would fade away. Humanity would learn the lost art of listening. When someone speaks, you would listen with absolute, undivided attention because you know they are spending a finite piece of their life to talk to you. It proves that speech is not just noise, it is a finite resource, a gift of energy from your brain to another human soul. We spend our lives throwing thousands of careless words into the wind. We hurt the people we love because talking is free and easy. So today, before you speak your next sentence, ask yourself if it's really worth the energy. Make your words count, because once they leave your mouth, you can never get them back.